The event will begin shortly. A private spiritual community dedicated to integration, healing, and personal transformation. Everything shared here today is for educational and spiritual purposes only. Whether you're exploring microdosing, preparing for a journey, or seeking integration support, you are in the right place. The event will begin shortly.
Hello, guys, and welcome to another chapter, another episode, another week here at Psily Girl. Remember that we are here associated with the Temple of Heart Awakening, Love, and I hope you've seen the disclaimers that were in the intro. Either way, if you haven't, I will show them again. I see there's a couple of you that are entering. I'm just gonna wait a couple of minutes so we can get you all in. Today's topic it's gonna be beyond the surface, why we feel disconnected and how to return. We are going to learn how to return to our proper selves. Okay, so stay tuned. I'm just gonna wait at least up until 6:05 to see if we can gather a bit more people. Okay, so you might be wondering, where is Jen and who are you? Well, so Jen got abducted by a UFO. I'm just kidding. She was busy today, and she kindly asked me to uh, play for her today here. And since I love to play, I of course say yes. So I'm gonna present myself. My name is Gustavo Moreno. You can call me Gus. You can call me Tavo. I'm actually from Venezuela. I'm one of Jen's um, closest, let's say, accolades. um, and I volunteered today because I love this topic. I love to talk about psilocybin treatment, and I actually do have some experience, some medical background since I'm a doctor here in my home country. So if you have your questions, you can leave them on the chat, and we can discuss it. We can discuss them at the end of the presentation. Okay. So let's wait a little bit more. I see there's a little bit more people gathering around, and we will start with our topic today. Okay, let's see. But before we begin, let's quickly cover a few important covers. Okay, as you can see, this gathering is for spiritual and educational purposes. Okay, and we're all 21 and over. We want to be super clear on that. Silica offers trauma informed coaching and integration services. We don't provide, nor sell, nor administer any controlled substances. Our work with sacred plant medicines is always within the legal and spiritual frameworks of the Temple of Heart Awakening Love. You can learn more about the Temple of Heart Awakening Love. That, and now that we got that out of the way, let's really connect, okay? Now, let's see. Raise your hand, okay? Following up with the idea of connection, I want to ask a few questions, okay? Please raise your hand if you've ever felt completely alone in a crowded room. Have you? I see a few people. Okay. Oh, you too? Yeah, me too. I mean, I love to say that I'm a performer, and I love to perform. I love to be in public, but I do remember a time where that was difficult for me. I remember that uh, awful sensation, like here in my throat or down on my belly, just being scared shitless in front of a crowd. How about scrolling social media for an hour and feeling even more empty afterwards. Have you guys felt that? All right. Or maybe you've smiled and said, I'm fine, when you were absolutely not fine. Have you? All right. If you raise your hand, even just in your head, this is your room. Welcome. You do belong here. And if you felt any of that, you are absolutely going to resonate with what we are going to talk about next. Okay? So let's see. Disconnection. Disconnection. It isn't a flaw, it is actually a shield. So many of us carry that feeling of just disconnection, right? And it is easy to say or to think something is wrong with us. But I want you to reframe this, okay? Disconnection is not a flaw, it is actually a shield, okay? When life gets way too heavy or way too painful, our nervous system does something brilliant, okay? It does it to protect us, okay? I want you to remember that. It does it to protect us. It creates distance. It leads to numbness or detachment. Okay? And leading to numbness and attachment, this isn't a character flaw, actually. It's actually a survival strategy. The thing is, the shield that protected you when, the shield that protected you then might be blocking you right now. And actually, you didn't break, you just adapted. Okay? And right now, it is time to return to your proper self. So let's explore this a little bit deeper. Okay? Where do you feel it? Let's think about that shield for a minute, okay? Where do you personally feel this disconnection the most? Is it on your body? Like feeling you're just living inside your head, or maybe it is just your emotions, where you know you should feel something but you're not quite there. Nothing. Maybe it's from other people, where you're present but you're not really there, like present but not present. You know what I'm talking about? Or maybe it's from your purpose. Have you felt disconnected from your purpose? Doing all the things like the exercise, the right diet, going to the therapy, but it just doesn't click. You're not you're you don't feel it quite there. Or maybe is it joy? Where you remember what excitement felt like? You remember that? Has it been a while since you felt true joy inside yourself? Can I see some hands? Do you feel your joy as something distant, or maybe a fuzzy memory that's just not clear enough, that seems like it happened centuries ago? All right. Which one hits closest to home? All right. Perfect. Yeah, the joy. Yeah, joy sometimes, I mean, sometimes we can get overwhelmed by everyday life, and joy seems like a distant thing, or we are drowning in responsibilities, and we forget to have fun. I mean, it has happened to me. I'm sure uh, you might feel your authentic self like a fun person, but sometimes we just forget how to have fun, right? Well, thank you for sharing. It's powerful, and just to see that we're not alone with these feelings, right? All right. Let's see. Your brain built this wall, and here is why. I'm just gonna tell you real quick. Okay, let's go over this. We've talked about where you might feel the tension, right? Maybe in your throat, maybe in your head, maybe in your body. Now let's look at why your brain might have built a wall around those feelings, okay? When we're under chronic stress, our brain's self-referential system goes into overdrive, like we go crazy. And it's like a protective mechanism that kicks in, right? This means your prefrontal cortex, which handles things like decision making and connection, can actually go offline, okay? And what's the result of that? You might feel like you're just watching your life passing by. You're there, but not there. You're not living it. Okay? But actually, there's good news. Okay? Your brain is incredibly adaptable, and that wall can absolutely come down. This isn't just a theory. There's research that backs this up from places like John Hopkins. It shows that therapies using psilocybin can really help reduce that feeling of being disconnected and open you up emotionally. Okay, now let's take a moment to really feel into this. Okay, let's check in right now. All right, after understanding how our brains can build walls, let's do a quick check in with ourselves right now. Okay, I want you to close your eyes real quick, okay? Or just soften your gaze real quickly, okay? Take one slow breath in through your nose, hold it for a moment, and then just slowly release it through your mouth. Okay? Now let's place one hand on our chest, okay? I want you to ask yourself, where am I holding tension right now? Okay, just notice it. Don't try to fix it. Just notice it. Okay, have you spotted? Now I want you to ask yourself, is this tension from something happening right now, or is it something I've been carrying for a while? So, what did you notice? Anyone? Does anyone want to share one word? You can type it in the chat. I can see the chat real quick and see. Okay, you feel it on your back. Well, I always feel it on my back, like in my shoulders, like underneath my shoulder blades. Oh my god, that's really the spot where I get all these knots and this awful feeling of tension. Um, Other than that, in your neck, yeah, neck is particularly a bad place to store tension, but it's quite usual. I'm with you. And how about your feet? Oh my God, yeah. Your lower back. Yes, lower back is actually one as well. All right. So it's actually very powerful to simply just acknowledge what's there. And that brings us to our next point. Okay. Science explain this. Okay. The spirit heals it. We just checked in with our bodies, and often but there's the thing. Science can name the wound, but naming it doesn't always heal it, okay? Asian wisdom traditions have always understood that this connection isn't just a physiological issue, it's an spiritual wound, okay? A spiritual wound. Whether it's indigenous cultures, Eastern philosophy, or faith based healing, they all recognize that we are more than just our brains. Okay? We are souls. True connections the true reconnection actually needs a sacred container, a safe space where you can be fully seen. Okay? This is why community, ritual, and above all, intention are so incredibly important. Okay? As the saying goes, you can think your way back to yourself. You can't think your way back to yourself. to yourself. You have to feel your way back home. Okay? And that feeling starts with connection. Okay. Now, turn to someone near you. Okay? We just talked about feeling our way home and connection. It is a huge part of it. Okay? So let's connect with each other right now. I want you to turn to someone near you. Okay? Somebody that might be on your house, um, somebody that might be next to you in the coffee shop or whatever. And you'll have about 60 seconds each. I want you to finish this sentence out loud. Okay? The version of me that feels most connected is. Okay? The version of me that most connected is. For example, it might be the version of me that's in nature, like myself right now. I'm up in the mountains and I'm feeling great. Um, Breathing fresh air. I have close to absolute silence, no traffic. It's just beautiful. I have a beautiful view. I feel connected to nature every day. Okay. How about the version of me that's laughing with my best friend? That's a good one, right? We all feel fuzzy inside whenever we're laughing with our friends. Maybe the version of me that is creating something. Hmm? What do you think? Oh, I see here in the chat the version of me that used to play soccer. Yeah, that's also me, buddy. Like I try to play or do sports as regularly as I can, but life, as I said before, it sometimes makes us forget that we need to have fun, and fun is very important for us to reconnect with ourselves. The version of me that cooks. I mean, if you love to cook, uh, we you should do it every day. I mean, why order in takeout when you can cook yourself a delicious dinner, right? Now, I want you to notice how easy it was to answer that, right? That version of you, it isn't gone. It is still there. It's just underneath that shield that we talked about earlier. And now let's talk about how we bring that version of you back into your daily life. Okay? Okay. Now, returning to yourself is a practice, it is not a destination. Okay? I want you to be very clear on that. We've explored how our brains build walls, okay? And how we can check in with our bodies, and how both science and spirit play a role in healing. Now, let's talk about bringing it all together. Returning to yourself isn't a one time fix. I want you to be very clear on that. It's not a one time thing, it is a continuous practice. Okay? Integration is all about intentionality, and it's about intentionally weaving those insights and feelings back into your daily life. Okay? It's about choosing to show up for yourself, okay, every single day. Because we focus on four key pillars for this reconnection. They are safety, stillness, sacrament, and support. These pillars help you create a nervous system that feels safe. Okay? Find intentional pauses. Use plant medicine as a tool within a sacred framework, and build a community that truly holds you as you return to yourself. Okay? I want you to know this is the journey about coming home. Okay? You need a safe place to come home. Okay? A container. We call it a container. This is where you can truly let go. Okay? The temple of heart awakening love, it provides that sacred place. Okay? It provides that sacred space, a legal and spiritual framework for this profound work. It's not just a club, okay? It's a community, a container where you're held and supported, okay? You don't have to do this alone. Remember, you don't have to do this alone, and you're not alone. And honestly, you were never meant to do this alone, okay? This is where the real work of returning to yourself can begin. Now, imagine waking up and actually feeling it. For a moment, what do you think it would feel like to truly wake up and actually feel it? Hmm? How can how does it feel? We've all said I'm fine and when we weren't, right? Just just it's just something you say. But what if that became your truth? Hmm? What if joy wasn't something you waited to be taken away, but a constant companion? Hmm? Think about your relationships. Feeling real, feeling deep, or simply just stopping watching your life and actually living it. Hmm? Which one of those hits the hardest to you? Just sit that with a second. Just sit with that with a second, okay? This isn't just a dream. It's what's possible when you find your way home. Okay? It is possible. Now, let's talk about your next step because it doesn't have to be big. Okay? Did you feel the pull? I know. Now, your next step doesn't have to be like a big leap, okay? It can be small, it can be gentle. Maybe you just stay curious and keep following Silly Girl. All right, just come to another meetup. There's no pressure. All right. I hope to see you guys next week if Jen doesn't come again and I have to play Super Sub. But if you're ready for a bit more connection, join the Temple PMA. Okay, become part of our community. We truly understand this journey, and we want to share it with you. And for those who are ready to dive in, why don't you book a call? It's free. It's not gonna be with me. It's probably gonna be with Jen, but it's just a conversation. Okay, there's no commitment at all. We just want to hear your story. We just want you to share. We just, if you want to lay out your pain, we're here for you. Okay, just a chance to explore what is possible for you, and whatever feels right, that's your next step. Okay, you don't have to stay behind the wall. You've been behind that wall long enough. Okay? The good news is you don't have to stay there. The door back to your authentic self is already open. And let us walk through it with you. Okay? We want to share this experience with you. We're here to support you, to guide you, and to remind you that you are not alone. Reach out. Connect with us. It's time to love the shit out of your weird, wonderful, authentic ass, okay? So thank you. And if you have any questions, please stay before the outro. We can have a little bit of a Q&A and have some fun, okay? I have some coffee here we can share. And yeah, let's talk it out.
Thank you for showing up today. Your willingness to explore, to question, and to awaken matters. If what you heard resonated with you and you are ready to take this deeper, we are here for that conversation. Psily Girl provides trauma-informed coaching and integration support in affiliation with Temple of Heart-Awakening.love. Schedule a 1.1 call with me using the link in our bio. Let's talk about your journey.